Over here for a second. Now you probably can hear me, but let's find out why we can't hear me over here. All right. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to use that particular camera, so it is what it is, but let me just show you how this works, just in case. Is it fun? Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. So this. All right. Well, sorry that didn't work as the way it was supposed to work. This is why you mess around and find out. Hopefully everybody's doing awesome tonight. I know I am. I cannot wait to answer your questions tonight. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun, I think, probably. So, where's everybody from? How you guys doing? You should have tested before. Hey, Curd Note, I tested for about 3 hours before. It all seemed to work just fine. So that is one thing you should know, that when you're live streaming, something always goes wrong. Always. You got to expect it. It is what it is. That's why it's such a rush and so much fun to live stream. Let's go over and see what Monica is up to this evening. I'm pretty sure she's doing awesome. Let's find out. What's up, hon?
Hey, I'm doing good, I guess.
Well, that's good.
I should be doing good. It's the beginning of a 4-day weekend for those of us in the U.S. I'm very excited. Very excited for this. So hopefully we have a good night and we can get this started off right.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Where's everybody from? Is everybody from the U.S.? Probably not. Probably not. I'll bet you we got people from all over the world hanging out on here. Oh, let's see. Colorado, Utah. Nice. Nice. Oh, man. Well, for those of you who do not know, I answer your live streaming questions. And so the first thing we're going to do, obviously, is make sure that everyone has their free bag of virtual popcorn. And then we're going to take that bag. And because we love you guys, we're going to go ahead and embiggen that bag right now so that everybody has an embiggen bag of popcorn. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. That's the kind of stuff that makes this live stream completely epic every single time. Right, honey?
That's right, honey. It's true.
Oh, hey, and by the way, these are the jokes. If you don't like them, well, they're not going to get any better later. So we're going to go ahead and open the question form so that you guys can go ahead and ask your questions. Needless to say, the question form link is going to be posted right there in the chat so that you guys can ask your questions. We do it on a form so that everybody has an opportunity to ask their questions. And I see the logician is in the house, at least for a very short period of time. You can tell it's getting cold here. Yep, Monica's back in the cable knits. It's not
Usually
warm,
I'm
my
wearing
friend.
2, so I'm down to 1 right now. So
Look at that. Exat is from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Well,
I
hello.
saw that.
Yeah, I
We
said
got
that. I
Long
said
Island, New
I said
York.
me too.
Wow, Vermont, Indiana. That is awesome. Bronx, New York. We got a lot of folks from America. Usually we have a much more worldwide thing, but maybe there's something else going on out there. We do have someone from the UK, which is awesome. And we have all the popcorn lovers that we can possibly handle. So there you go. Was it what is it, live shooting? What's curd note? I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and jump right into the questions. We're not gonna, goof around anymore because all that monkeying around, you know, some people like it, some people don't. But I
Yep.
already spent the first 10 minutes trying to figure out why my stuff wasn't working right. So there you go. It worked right before, didn't work right now. Sometimes it
Yeah.
happens. We got any questions yet, babe?
We do have questions.
Well,
We have
let's
a
go
couple
with it.
questions. Okay. First question is from Real Wills 82.
Well, hello, Real Wills.
Have you tried the Stream Deck Plus yet?
Well, that's a good question. Let me show you. Hold on. We can do this. So I have it right here. I just have not, as you can see, actually physically opened it up yet. So this will be a thing that I will be trying. I got a camera this week that is really, really super epic cool that I really wanted to try out first. I also got this right here. If we could turn it correctly. So I'm looking forward to kind of trying this out because I want to be able to move my live stream from the other location to this location back and forth. And so I'll be able to control some things when I'm sitting over there. I just obviously have to get that microphone issue squared away. I was using a wireless microphone, with a lapel, and we were plugging it in through the YOLO box, and it worked this afternoon when I did it, and tonight when I tried to replicate that, it did not work. So who knows what the deal is on that. Elgato has been good to me, Logician, but it's not like I didn't pay for it first with this and then this. So I've spent lots of money with Elgato long before they finally decided that, hey, this guy's doing 500,000 views a month. Maybe we'll send him some stuff. So it's pretty nice of them, though. I do appreciate it. I am really looking forward to taking a look at it. And of course, as you guys know, I don't care if they send it to me or not. If I don't like it or I have issues with it, I'm going to tell you because that's how I roll. And honestly, I'm really interested in checking this out because you actually get a copy of that waveform microphone that they use for their microphone stuff, which allows you to use these dials. But during a live stream, I almost never control audio stuff. So I'll be using these dials for other things, and it'll be interesting to see what they're useful for, or if they're just 4 buttons on there that I'm never going to use. Now, if that's the case, that doesn't make it bad. It just means it's not probably for me. But I will definitely let you know what I think, because that's a video that's going to get filmed next week. I'm looking forward to it. I am very excited. In fact, we're going to have lots of new gear and that sort of stuff to talk about over the next couple of weeks. So it is pretty cool. Mike, are you going bald? I don't think so. I just took a shower before. And when I take a shower, generally speaking, what happens is my hair gets very manageable for about 2 hours. And when it's manageable, it looks like I have a lot less of it. I don't know. It does seem pretty high up here, though, to be honest. Who knows? It is what it is. All right, so let's get another question, beautiful.
Okay. Okay, this question is from Green Screen. And the question is how to create a green screen without a green screen.
Well, the easiest way to do it is if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. So let's go over here to our tutorial screen. You can see that I have my thing right here. And this is in a nested scene right here. But if I right click on that nested, I'm pretty sure that's where it is, yeah. If I right click on that nested scene and I go to filters, I can go and, let's remove that one. I don't want to accidentally do something there. If I click on the plus, I can go to an application that is called, let's see, is it still here? I'm pretty sure I still have it here. I might not be able, oh, virtual green screen right here. right here, and we're going to go with quality, and we're going to go with NVIDIA, and boom. So now you can see I can put me up here, and I have a virtual green screen. It's all set and ready to go. So right there, that is the easiest way to do it. I have a video where I show you all different sorts of ways that you can do it inside of OBS. I believe Dr. Rob just posted that in there. Thank you, Dr. Rob. You are the man, my friend. I do appreciate it. Now, if you don't have NVIDIA, which is definitely the best way to do it in OBS, maybe you want to use Prism. Prism is pretty easy to do it in. If I just click the plus and I add a video capture source. So let's see here. Window, image. Where is it? Window, image. Webcam, there it is, right at the top. Oh, that's not what I want to do though. We're going to add the plus and we're going to add a Prism camera. And all I have to do in Prism is go to the virtual background settings and boom, I can remove the background. I can even add my background back in there and I can blur it up, which is awesome. It's not perfect, obviously. You can see we get some phasing in and out. But generally speaking, people who are going to use the virtual background are going to have their images super small. So generally, that is not going to be that much of an issue anyways. So we're going to go with the original. And see, as you can see, it's not that big of an issue when you put it tiny anyways. So, well, let's add a background in here. Prism really just makes all of this stuff so super simple. And there you go. So, you know, yeah, some of this stuff disappears or whatever, but it's pretty simple. So, if you wanted to use Prism, that is definitely an alternative that you could do instead of having to have what I think is the right way to do it using the NVIDIA graphics card. But I will also tell you, if you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, it's likely to be very taxing on your computer. So let's get another question.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
There we go. All right, what you got, babe?
Okay, we have one from Give It a Shot. And they say, I came up with a pretty cool idea. Don't know if you have tried this. If not, maybe you can use it in a video. I downloaded Space Desk and use a tablet with multi-view to quick change my scenes.
That's pretty cool. That's another thing that's actually coming in Prism as well, the ability to use your cell phone to change scenes and stuff. I don't use anything like that because I have a Stream Deck, and now I have another Stream Deck, and I'm going to have the Stream Pedal hooked up. And they're definitely the easiest. There's also a cell phone changer that you can get. I forget what that's called, but it's pretty popular. It will come to me eventually. But yeah, I think that's interesting to be able to load it onto a tablet and then use that. That's pretty cool. I've never tried it, but it's certainly a thing that you could do. I shockingly enough, I don't actually have a tablet. Monica has a tablet. So it was never anything I tried. But that's pretty awesome, man. All right, honey, what you got?
Okay. Question from Briner B. or Briner B. My iShowU is glitching. It sounds like static when I look back at my recording.
Okay. So that is the application that people use to add audio into their Mac. It works very similar to Win Audio. And of course, if you're getting static when it feeds back, I would just delete the entry and recreate it. If you're still getting static, it could be something to do with your microphone. I've never experienced that problem. If you're still getting static, then maybe you want to try something like Caster. One of the guys can put a link in the chat to Caster. It is an application that basically is just like Win Audio Capture on the PC. It'll allow you to separate out all your audio, not just your desktop audio, which means if you're using, Discord and a game and, a music application or something, you can separate out all those pieces of audio and adjust them separately, load them into OBS separately. It's really, really cool. So if you want to check that out, that's what I would recommend. It's a lot easier than you show me or I show you or Black Hole or any of those. But if you're having that issue, it could mean that you have a hardware problem, more likely than not, or a microphone problem. But yeah, hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another question.
Okay.
All right, babe.
Next question is from David Profitstream.
Well, hello, David.
I'm starting my channel soon, and I will have a folding screen animation where I will show my display capture. What should I do to make the display capture appear seamless once the screen animation folds onto the video?
Yeah, all right. So read that again just so I can try to get the gist of what he's trying to do.
He's going to have a folding screen animation.
Okay.
Where he or she will show his display capture. Wanting to know, what should I do to make the display capture appear seamless once the screen animation folds onto the video?
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming that the easiest way to do that is with some sort of a transition. Although there are ways that you could do it just by turning it on and off. So let's say we wanted to do a screen capture here. Let's add one in. Let's do a display capture here, and we'll add that one right there that I already have. Boom. So this is capturing the display for my live stream. What I'm going to do is right click, and we're going to go into let's see, show transition. And I don't know if there is the same sort of transition that you are using. Maybe a Luma wipe one. Let's find it. So it's folding from the center or something like that. There's probably something like that in here. Clocks, curtain, fan, fractal, horizontal, stripes, vertical, zigzag, box top left, barn door vertical. This is probably what we're talking about here. Let's do barn door horizontal. Here we go. All right, so that's probably what we're talking about there. So let's say this was my tutorial screen. All you really have to do is turn it on and off, and it'll just kind of pull itself on. You see what I'm doing right there? I'm just clicking the I button, and it's bringing on my tutorial screen. Now, it would be really nice if we go into properties on that. Let's see. Not properties, but we're going to go into our show transition. And we can add the same hide transition, I suppose. So go to Luma Wipe, and we'll go to blinds. Barn door vertical, barn door horizontal. There we go. So now it'll appear and it'll disappear the same way. Pretty cool. But that's kind of how I would do it. But I'm not exactly sure the effect you're going for. Now the other thing I can do if I wanted to bring it up, and if I wanted to bring it up in a unique way, let's bring this over here, and maybe we wanted it to come up right there instead. Well, it'll still do the same thing. So yeah, that's kind of how I would probably do it. Although it might be easier to do it with a video transition or transitioning to another scene or something like that. But hopefully that gives you some idea how it can be done. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay. I have a question from Mr. Too Humble. He says, I stream to YouTube using Streamlabs OBS and I play music. So when I end my stream, I don't want the music to be on my stream. P.S. I use a Go XLR.
Ooh, hold on.
We got Merle Arm, and thank you so much. Let's see if Merle has a message for us. If I can find the right page. Yeah. Merle, not even close to the amount I owe you for the knowledge you've taught me. Well, Merle, that is so nice. Thank you. Wow, I cut myself shaving, I think. Yeah, well, somebody already told me I'm going bald, so much worse could it get? Oh my goodness. Merle, that is just too kind. That is why I do this. Because I have the opportunity to help people to live out their dream and do the kind of things that they want to do. It is so awesome. So awesome. Let's go get another question. Thank you, Merle.
All right, babe. What you got?
Okay.
Did you already half-ask it?
Yes,
missed
I
it.
did. I actually did ask.
You shouldn't
ask
be
it
half-asking
just at
it,
the
you
end.
know?
I know. Such a half-ass.
What I mean is I don't want the music I played while live to still be on that live stream so I don't get hit with a copyright. Well, Mr. Humble, if you're doing it on YouTube, you're going to get hit with a copyright. There's no way to remove the music. It is not a possible thing. So, you should use copyright-free music. However, if you're still streaming to Twitch, there is a way that you can do it. Right here, if we go into our audio stuff, right here, and we can go into the advanced audio properties, and you can see that each piece of audio has different tracks. And you know, so if you have one of these audio sources using music, you can set it up to a specific track. Let me show you what I mean. If we go to our output here, you can see that we have all these audio tracks for our streaming, and there is one of these audio tracks, I believe it's track 2, that is like a video on demand track, so that you can play your music on track 2, and then it won't show up in the video on demand when it goes video on demand. However, I would recommend that you just get a source of music that is not copyright protected. Yeah, I'm not sure, RK, what it is, but you can easily do a search to find out what track is left off the video on demand on Twitch. I for some reason I thought it was track 2, but you could be right. It could be track 6. All you have to do then is select that track, you know, and then when you go, and I can't change it because I'm already streaming, but when you go in here and you go to advanced audio properties, then you just make sure that that track is unchecked except for on that specific track, and then you're all set. You're all set. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out. But I would use copyright-free music. So on a side note, I heard that YouTube Shorts are going to allow creators to use copyrighted music. However, YouTube now takes a bigger cut. Well, of course. Of course. It just pays to use copyright-free music or music that you own personally. All right. What you got, babe?
What do I have? Okay, I actually have a question from RK.
All right.
RK says, first, I enjoy your videos and stream. Happy upcoming Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
So I'm thinking about doing kitchen streams, multiple cameras, etc. Really small kitchen. So no tripods on the floor. Any recommendations on ceiling hung cameras and lights, etc.?
Huh. Well, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. And I was testing something like this out. So let's go over to my main screen. I was testing something like this out. It didn't work out because I had some audio problems. But let me show you this nifty little device that that I managed to get a hold of, because this could just be the thing that you're looking for here. So I'm gonna just disconnect it, because at the moment I'm probably not going to use it again for this stream. Look at this little thing. Look at this little thing. This is a tiny little camera, right? It works off of artificial intelligence, so it can recognize your voice. If you hold up your hand like this, it will just follow you wherever you go. So you could literally put this on the countertop or on a small table right behind your countertop or wherever. You could mount this anywhere. It could be in a very small location. In fact, it even has a little thingy here that will come out, so you can mount it like to, you know, the edge of a counter or anything like that. You can see how I have that. So this freaking camera will, and then it will just follow you around, and you can use hand gestures to make it zoom up or zoom down, zoom in or zoom out, all kinds of really cool stuff. This thing is epic. I'm actually going to do a spot for this for Sunday's Stream on the Edge. But this is the kind of thing that you could probably get away with in a very, very small space. It has a super wide lens, and if you were going to make video content, this also works in 4K. So it's 4K, it does 1080. Obviously, you're not going to live stream in anything higher than 1080 anyways. This is an absolutely incredible camera. Price, I don't even know. I can check. I think it might actually be on sale right now as we speak at this very moment. But let me go. Let me take a quick look for you, because obviously that is a question I should have anticipated people might have. Yeah, Black Friday sales are on this item. They are right now. Yeah, that's why they wanted me to make sure I got the video out as soon as possible, because the Black Friday sales, I believe, are already on. Here it is. So I'm gonna put the let me put the link to it in the chat, and then I'll kind of show you here on their thingy what it looks like. Here is the link. This camera's called the Insta360. And here is what it looks like. Just let me get over here. Right here. It's not super mega cheap, obviously. But needless to say, it is you know, $15 off right now for their Black Friday sale, which is not bad. I'll tell you what, man, I'm shocked at how well this thing works. And the other cool thing is, let me get back here to my main scene. The other thing is, this does have a built-in microphone. Now, I was going to use a wireless microphone and set all that stuff up, because, yeah, Matthew Kelly, it is not a cheap camera, but it honestly, depending upon your circumstances, where you're in a situation where you want a camera that follows you, like, have you seen the size of the PTZ cameras? Those things are like this big. Where are you going to put that? That's not even going to fit on a countertop in a small room. This is so tiny, you could literally just put it anywhere. You could put it on the corner of a desk. You could mount it on the ceiling. This will work in portrait or landscape. So yeah, this little thing, you can just kind of put this anywhere. I had it mounted on top of my monitor. I mean, it's just, this thing is super, super tiny. I'm not saying it's cheap. It's not, but it's good. It's high quality, and it's going to be awesome for people who are in circumstances where they just don't have the room for a giant tripod or whatever. You can literally open up a cabinet, stick this in there. You're all set. You're all set. And yeah, it is 4K, so it's not actually that expensive for a 4K camera. Very, very cool. Check it out if you're interested. But again, cameras are not cheap, especially for good ones. So yeah, I admit that $284 is not super cheap. It's not going to be something that everybody What was wrong with the sound? Well, I was using a wireless microphone, so I wasn't actually using the audio from the camera. Because, yeah, I like to have better sound than a webcam audio. I haven't actually even tested the audio. So when I do the video on this, I will definitely test out the audio that's physically on it. I didn't even bother to test the audio on it. So what was wrong with the audio was the fact that obviously I didn't configure something right. And that was probably more a problem with how I have it set up through my my YOLO box, because I'm still kind of figuring that out. RK, yeah, this video will be a part of the stream on the Edge on Sunday. I plan to film that hopefully tomorrow or Friday. We'll see. It is a holiday tomorrow, so I may not get to film tomorrow. But yeah, that is a possible solution for filming in a kitchen in a small area, because you can literally mount this anywhere. You could probably put it like that, and then use a screw on the wall and screw it onto the wall. You know what I mean? So you could literally do all kinds of really interesting things with this and put it just about anywhere. Yeah, that's really true, Nick. You know, the other thing is, this camera, I think, is exactly like the ones that you get on the drones that you're getting now. So if you guys have seen a drone or something like that, this is the exact same camera that you're getting on one of those things. And, you know, so I have a drone. Well, that drone's like $3,000. This camera is $300, so it's pretty cool. I was really shocked at how amazing this thing works, and you can use it with hand gestures. But I do admit that for folks starting out, unless you're in a really specific circumstance where you need a small form factor, or you're out in the market looking for a webcam that kind of does everything, because that's the other thing that I was really shocked about. I was really shocked at how easy I was able to get a really good picture with this. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to bring up my other thing. Let's see. We're going to go over here. So this right here is a webcam. See how my hands are all yellow and looks like garbage? And then that obviously is a webcam, this one right here. And then that is not a webcam. That is a DSLR. With this webcam, I was able to get pretty close to that image. Now, obviously, it doesn't do the focal length thing, so I'm not able to bokeh out the background or anything. But you could see how bad this camera looks compared to that camera. This camera is a lot closer to this one than this one, with just a few simple adjustments. And believe me, I've adjusted this camera to death, and that's as good as I can make it. I look all washed out and everything. So, you know, you get what you pay for. I guess that's kind of the point. So I do understand that it's not super cheap, but I also understand that it is really, really perfect for someone who needs a smaller camera. So, all right, let's get another question. And by the way, I have another company that contacted me about sending me a PTZ camera, so I'm kind of interested in getting the comparison between that. But I expected absolutely nothing when they sent me this thing, and I'm shocked at how good this is. Although when they sent it to me, I also had no idea how expensive it was. So there's that. All right, babe, what you got?
I have the first question from Matthew Kelly.
All right.
Yesterday, I was trying to open up OBS when I tried to start streaming, but it wouldn't open in my computer. When I reset my computer afterwards, the OBS did get open. Is this like a computer problem or an app problem? He also
So
tried
he was
to open
trying to reset his OBS while he was streaming, he said?
No, it wouldn't. He was trying to open it when he tried to start streaming, but it wouldn't open. But when he reset the computer, it did open.
It might have just been something got messed up on the first opening or the first boot. Hopefully you reboot the machine, then it opened up fine. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah, because he said, is that a computer problem or an app problem? So, like, the reboot probably fixed the whole thing. Because he also
Well, when
said,
the
I did
reboot
try.
fixed the whole thing, it makes me think there was something loaded on the machine that wasn't working right until he rebooted. So I'm thinking it's a software problem, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a software problem with OBS. It was a software problem with something else that didn't like OBS running. That's my guess.
Well, it says he also said he's having problems with, he was having a problem with Streamlab chatbot. It wouldn't open up when he was trying to stream. So I'm guessing it's just all
Yeah, there was
related
something
to
else
each
on
other.
the machine that was goofing stuff up. So there you go.
Okay. Okay. So the next question is Greg Gregley's 1989. Gregley's. Yeah. What is the best audio setting for your stream?
Um, well, I don't know what you mean by audio settings, but I can show you how I have my audio stuff set up. So let's go over into our tutorial screen, and I'm going to just go to my live streaming profile, and I'll show you exactly how I have it set up. So I have, obviously on the audio page, I have all the global devices disabled. I want to put my stuff in there. I don't want OBS doing it. Then I have my monitoring device set to headphones. And then on output, I just have, I don't have the audio changed at all. It's all on 160 bit rate. And streaming is just, your normal stream settings. And as far as how I set any of this up, I really don't make any effort to touch any of it unless I have to. Unless it's something that I need to monitor, then I'll turn the monitoring on. But other than that, I use a pretty high quality microphone, which is the reason why I'm able to get pretty high quality sound. So at the end of the day, that's really the secret. If you place your microphone properly and you use a good microphone, you don't have to really mess with it too much. And that's the secret sauce right there. Those are the simple settings that I use, and I don't really have to worry too much about anything. Unless, of course, we have problems like tonight where something just didn't want to work. But that does happen. Let's get another question.
Okay. All right.
You really
Next
blend
question.
into that background there tonight.
I know. Sorry. Oh,
No, it's all good. We'll switch to the
Nothing
other
I
one.
can-
There we go. There we go. We want people to see you.
Yes. Okay. All right. Next question is from Roger Simons. I'm going to
Hello,
go with
Roger.
Roger Simons. Yes. Does a video capture card or anything like that help the video stream better when my Wi-Fi is weak? I live in a rural area and weak Wi-Fi is all I can get.
Okay. Well, let's go over here. So, first thing you want to do if your internet connection is bad, that's the best you could do. A capture card or something like that isn't going to change anything from your connection's perspective. And it certainly isn't going to enable it to encode any faster or anything like that. But I would try to find a way to plug in your computer and not use Wi-Fi. Obviously, you have a Wi-Fi router somewhere that's providing the Wi-Fi. Plug your computer into that directly using an Ethernet cable, and you can at least eliminate bad problems with that sort of stuff. Now I know people say, "Oh, I got to go so far to get the Wi-Fi or to plug in." And you know what? I'm on a completely different floor than where my Ethernet is set up or where the Wi-Fi is set up. So I had to run a cable through walls and up to a second floor in order to get the Wi-Fi in here. But that's what you got to do to try to get a good connection. You're always going to get a more stable, solid connection with Ethernet than you ever will with Wi-Fi. So that would be my first step. And then, if there's no better connections offered in your area, there's not really much else you can do, unfortunately. But plugging it in might solve a lot of your problems. Yeah, AC or AX Wi-Fi is good, or use a mesh system, BRS Review says, BRS, don't use Wi-Fi or a mesh system. Just plug it in. That's how you do it. You'll never have any problems with any sort of interference coming wirelessly or anything like that if you're plugging it in. So make the effort. All right. I know sometimes you can't, but you got to try as often as possible. Now, I used to live stream. Over cellular and stuff. And, as long as you're entertaining, let's be honest, my audience, I grew a pretty big audience streaming on my cell phone every day. So if you're entertaining, you can make it happen. You can make it happen, but, you got to be entertaining as well. So the quality is important, but especially the audio quality. And I see Natty FK is continuing to spam with the same message. And I have no idea what your question is or why you would be asking me that, Natty. So if you actually have a question that you want me to answer, then use the form, please. Thank you. All right, babe, what you got? Yeah, Smash Boy, if you have a connection problem, scaling down your resolution can definitely help. All right, babe, what you got? Ethernet over power line. Yes, that is a really cool idea, Business Growth Ready. I think basically how that works is you plug it in to a connection, and then you plug it into another connection that's near your Wi-Fi, and then you plug that right in, and it's almost like having an absolute direct connection. It's pretty cool stuff. So, all right, babe, what you got?
Another question from Greggles 1989. Says, what is the best way to get stream and your content side by side on a Mac?
Second monitor. It's pretty simple. All the Macs that I've ever used have an HDMI out. When I stream on my Mac, I use a second monitor. So one monitor is on the MacBook, and the other monitor is a monitor. And that works great. Most Macs will do 2 and sometimes even 3 monitors, because you can connect like a dongle to a USB-C, which will have an HDMI out for a third monitor. So there are all kinds of ways that you can add extra monitors to a Mac. And monitors, you can get cheap ones. This monitor that I'm using right here is an old busted TV. This monitor that I'm using right here is an old busted TV. This monitor right here that I have is not good. It's just a 720 monitor. So they don't have to be great. They don't even have to be good. They just have to show a picture. And that's what I do here, because I'm cheap and I don't have a lot of money. So hopefully that helps you. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay, I have. Next question is from Chicago Dumb.
Hello, Chicago.
How do you stream game audio on StreamYard?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Probably the only way that you can stream game audio is by routing everything through something like virtual cable banana or whatever the heck. If you route all your audio into the virtual cable banana and you mix it together and then send out, and then obviously it sends out through one piece of audio, and then you use that audio cable as your mic input in StreamYard, that will give you what you want. So in other words, you add your microphone and you add your game audio into virtual audio banana or whatever the heck it's called, and then the output of virtual audio banana is the microphone input into StreamYard, and that will give you voice meter. That's what it is. Voice meter is really complicated. That's why I don't use it. But if you want to get game audio into StreamYard, it's the only way to go. So in voice meter, you would load in your microphone, and in one input, and on another input, you would load in your game audio, And then the output of that you would just use as your microphone input in StreamYard, and that way you would have both of your audio pieces in StreamYard. And Voicemeeter's complicated, don't get me wrong, but if you need to use it, you'll figure it out, and you only have to set it up once. Once you set it up, it's set up. So you got to just suck it up and figure it out, if that's what you want to do, and then you'll figure it out. Believe me, you'll figure it out. And once you use Voicemeeter 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 times, it's not complicated anymore. You just learn how to use it. So hopefully that helps you out. That's the way you're going to probably have to do it. The Wave XLR actually is, Dr. Rob, another awesome choice. And by the way, you can get access to the Wave XLR audio interface if you were to pick up one of like the Stream Deck Plus. So you don't actually have to buy the Wave XLR anymore. You can get it if you're going to, have the Stream Deck Plus. That comes with the Wave audio as well. And that will work the same way. You load all the audio in there, and then you just load the output of that into StreamYard, and you're all set. And you can even control it with the little knobbies on your Stream Deck Plus. So there you go. There you go. But Voicemeeter is free. So there's that. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay. There's another question from RK about the kitchen stream.
Okay.
I want to be able to flip back and forth controlling my OBS from my desktop in the living room to the laptop in the kitchen. Back and forth. Is it possible?
Probably not. Probably not. Because, well, actually, it's not impossible. And we've had people on the stream do it before. You can use a voice application that can input basically hotkeys into your computer. So if you wanted to switch to a different scene, as long as the computer is reading your thing, you could control it from a completely different room. That means you'd only actually have to have one computer doing it, but you just say, switch to scene 2, switch to scene 5, move to the kitchen. Whatever you set up your voice commands at, it will do it. Team Viewer Remote Control is one of them. I don't know if it was Team Viewer. I've actually done a video on the application that I use, which is totally free. I just don't remember what the name of the video was. So let me see if I can actually find that video, because I did actually physically do a video on this. I don't know if it was called Voice Command or something like that. But there's a couple out there that will do it. I'm pretty sure it was like Voice Command or something like that. Control OBS with your voice totally free is the name of the video that I did. Let me pop the link in there so that you guys could check this out, because I think this is probably the answer that you're looking for. So there's a link in there, and the name of it is Voice Attack, and it's totally free. So if you use Voice Attack, you could put in like 5 or 6 or 7 voice commands for free. You can even do compound voice commands, so if you say one thing, it can do 3 or 4 different functions. It can switch scenes, it can raise your audio, whatever. The software is absolutely incredible. So check it out, or check that video out. I believe that is the one that you're going to want to, I think that's what you want to check out, so you can control the stream while you're moving around. It's pretty cool. All right, babe, what you got? Sorry I left you on there too long, but it is what it is.
Okay, a second question from Matthew Kelly. He says he asked last week about how to make a stream redirect, and you said you're going to test it out and make a video. He's wondering when you're going to publish that video.
I have not even had the opportunity to look at it. So essentially what Matthew Kelly is asking, and let me get Monica off so she doesn't have to just stare aimlessly at the screen. What he's basically asking is, they have things where you can do raids on different channels on Twitch, and they've integrated or introduced that feature into YouTube, so that you can basically close out your stream by raiding another streamer. I don't know how to do it. I haven't actually, messed around with the mechanics of how to do it, and I have to do some research in order to figure out how to do it, and I just didn't. I don't know when I'm going to have time to do it, because right now, I basically, all the time that I'm not spending filming is basically being spent doing research on products and new things, because I want to bring new things to you guys on the channel. And making a video doesn't take that long. And doing live streams doesn't take that long. But you know what really takes a long time? Finding great products that you guys will be interested in. And when you get things like the Stream Deck Plus and the cameras and stuff, well, I like to push the envelope. I like to make sure that I know what these things can do and how they work. And that stuff, man, I spent probably 5 or 6 hours today just messing around with this camera, putting it through its paces, making sure it does what it does. That's all time that I can't spend doing videos or recording things or writing scripts or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get to it. I wrote it down on my sheet. It is on my list, and I will try to find out about, how it works as soon as possible. In fact, Monica hopefully can circle that on my list, because I do think a lot of people want to know how to facilitate raids on YouTube. We've got a dude in here named Slayer. I'm wearing your shirt, brother. Just kidding. Dr. Rob knows what I'm talking about. Slayer. All right. But I apologize that I didn't do the research on that. I know you'll be back next week asking me again. And please keep bugging me about it until I do it. Because I'll definitely do it. I just didn't get to it yet. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay, you mentioned I was going to be circling something for you. Is that the stream redirect thing?
Yeah, basically the YouTube raids. Let me
Okay.
circle it on my sheet here.
Because
There was also somebody asking about an AVI encoder. I can probably do the YouTube raids piece as part of one of the Stream on the Edges as soon as I actually get the opportunity to mess with it and figure it out. Because I don't think it's going to be a really difficult thing.
Okay.
All right. Let's get another one.
Okay, second part of Matthew Kelly's question. He says, I tried to look up previous videos on your YouTube channel that were recorded weeks ago, and it didn't show up in his watch history. Did those previous stream videos that were marked as hidden after the stream ended got deleted from YouTube?
No. In fact, a lot of those videos are active now. Let me show you what I mean. YouTube set up YouTube now, so it's actually so much smarter. And I'll show you what I mean here, if my brain will start working. So if I go into my channel right here, and if we go over here to live, all my live streams are listed now. So, and on home, I have a little playlist here with past live streams. So all the past live streams are listed here now as well. Now, not all of them. I didn't go through and list all of them, but a lot of them are. So YouTube is facilitated so that we can leave them on there, and then they're not going to show up in my home, and they're not going to show up in my video. And it just makes it easier for people to find this stuff. Now, I will say this. I'm not a huge fan of this right here, because there's no way to organize this, right? You could either go to popular or recently uploaded. That sucks, okay? Give me a little thingy over here where I can do a more specific search, where I can organize these however I want. Because when I go to a new channel that I just found, a lot of times I just want to find their oldest video. After I watch something, I just want to find their oldest video and I want to check it out. I want to see how the channel has evolved and stuff, you know? But now they made it nearly impossible to do that, you know? So this new thing is cool in some ways, but it sucks for that. It totally sucks for that. So fix it, YouTube. Fix it. Doggone it. Make it easy. But I'd love this. I love that we can now go to live. And you can even go in and easily watch the one short that I did. If you really want to. I'm sure you don't, but you could. And then all the playlists and stuff. All the community posts. Look at that. That's a creepy ass thumbnail. I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep doing creepy thumbnails. Just call me creepy thumbnail guy. Anyway, that's what's up. Let's get another question. Hopefully that helps you out.
Okay.
All right, babe.
Okay. All right. This question is from Paulosia.
Well, hello, Pelosia.
In OBS, I'd like to have vertical scenes for TikTok and shorts recording, and also have regular horizontal scenes. But to change recording dimensions, I have to use the preferences, which is destructive and global. What's the best, most convenient way to switch back and forth, horizontal to vertical?
Well, if you're trying to do it within the context of a single stream, there is no good way to do it. Because the camera orientation is totally different. You know? So either you're doing the stream in horizontal, or you're doing the stream in vertical. You got to pick one. Now you can set up your OBS so that you can do separate streams for separate sessions, and that's super easy. If we go over here into tutorials, you're just going to set up, and you'll see, I have a whole bunch as well. You're going to set up your profile for your vertical, and you're going to go into settings, and you're going to go to your output, or you're going to go to your video, and you're going to set it up for vertical and all that stuff in here. And then you're going to create a scene collection for that profile. And that scene collection is going to have all your scenes set up vertical. And then you're just going to do the exact same thing for horizontal streams. You're going to set up a profile for horizontal streams. And you're going to set up a scene collection, for horizontal scenes. And then all you have to do is switch the profile and the scene collection depending upon which one you want to stream to. So you'll notice I actually have this in here. I do a lot of recording on my computer. So if I go into my profiles, you're going to see right here, I have a 4K record. And that's a scene. That's a whole entire, the whole profile, all the settings are specifically designed for recording in 4K video. And then if you go into my scene collection, you see I have a 4K record, which is completely designed for 4K recording. So that's how I differentiate my live streams from my 4K recording. Because obviously all my videos are in 4K. You can do the exact same thing. You're just going to have profiles designated for vertical and scene collections designated for vertical. And you just switch between the two. It's super, super simple. Obviously, you have to change the orientation of the camera when you do it. Unless you're just smushing it, to get the vertical effect, which is a thing you could do as well. How-to, man, this is live. Who am I looking at here? Pelosia. Not for one stream, between sessions. Yeah, so you can easily switch. What preferences? Switching profiles changes everything. Switching profiles changes everything. Everything that's in settings. Switching profiles changes this. So let me show you. Right now I am in a regular profile for 1920 by 1080. If I switch to my 4K profile, you can see this does not look good. That's the size of the screen. It changes everything. So I would have to go to a scene collection that does 4K. So if I would go to my record in 4K, And next thing you know, boom, everything looks perfectly normal because this scene collection is set up for 4K. And then I can just go back to 1920 by 1080, and you'll notice if I do that while staying on this scene collection, it's gonna look goofy. See? It looks bad. But I just go to my scene collection, and I go to one that is in the proper formatting, right here, and boom, we're right back to where we were. So that's how that works. The profile changes all of your settings. The scene collection is the collection of scenes that you have loaded in. So they're going to have to be unique and different for both streams. But let's be honest. If you're streaming vertical, some things work better. If you're streaming horizontal, some things work better. So you want new scenes and all that stuff for both. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another question. Uh-oh. We're not getting another question just yet. We've got How To Man who super chatted $5. Thank you. He says, how can I watch YouTube videos in OBS with sound? Also, any tips for content planning and thumbnail making? I have lots of tips for content planning and thumbnail making. I have some of them even listed right on my channel. Yeah. And I'm usually trying to put more videos or more snippets about content planning and getting more views on YouTube. A lot of them are live stream related, but not all of them. And those are going to be little snippets in Stream on the Edge. But I do have growth content on content planning and thumbnail making. In fact, I have a video that I just scripted out today that's going to be part of Stream on the Edge for Sunday that talks about how to do research and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if I've done any thumbnail stuff yet, but the fact that you're actually asking this question, How To Man, about content planning and thumbnail making means you're already on your way, my friend. Let me show you how to fix the let me show you how to get the audio. So if you wanted to watch a video on YouTube, so what I can do is, let's go to another scene. We'll go to this scene right here, and I'm just gonna remove this display capture, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a window capture on a YouTube. So Google Chrome, that works. We're gonna capture that Google Chrome. Okay, so when I go and I open up that Google Chrome, you are going to see, and I'm just going to put it over here so you can see that it's still there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to YouTube. Let's go here and YouTube. All right, so if we wanted to watch a video from here, I don't know, what video would I want to watch? Let's see. Let's go to my channel, and we can just pick a video here. Doesn't matter which one, right? So if we wanted to watch this video, oh, and we get awesome. So obviously we're not getting audio. We can embiggen this, or we can maximize this, which will maximize that, and we can do a scale. Let's see, where are we at here? Transform and fit to screen. There we go. All right, so if we want to capture the audio from here, you've got a couple of different things that you can do. If you have the application audio, output capture, you can use that. That's a plugin. If you do not, you can use the audio output capture right here. That's going to be the easiest way. And then you're going to capture wherever you are listening to your audio. In a case where you're going to be playing stuff, you're going to be listening to it on your headphones. So you're going to select your headphones, because that's where you're listening to it. And then you'll notice right down here we've got audio. When I play it, and there we go. That's going to play right there. So that's pretty much how that works. That's how I would do it. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. And let's bring this over here. I'm getting all frahoodled and confused about where all my stuff is. There we go. All right. Yeah. Hopefully that helped you. Hopefully that, I mean, it's pretty easy, but you know, you'll get there. All right, babe, what you got?
I have a question from Smash Boy.
Well, hello, Smash Boy.
I have a webcam with a square outline in scene one and a circle in the other. For the last month, they just won't work at the same time. I tried using the deactivate source when inactive checkbox, and that doesn't help the issue.
Did they work before, I guess, is the big question. But you could get them working individually. They just won't turn on at the same time. This could be a problem with your... This could be an issue that's specifically related to your USB ports. So see if you can move one of the cameras to another USB port. If both of the cameras are the exact same camera and you know, and they never worked, it's because they're both using the same hardware ID, which is a possibility. Sometimes you can also unplug one camera and then plug it back in to get them both to work. I've done that before in the past. But chances are they're both trying to use the same USB, and they might be using the same hardware ID if they're the same type of camera. So there's a couple of different problems that can show up with what you're trying to do. Generally speaking, having lots of different types of hardware is the best way to do something like this. And Dr. Rob did just pop in there a video that I did on how to add two cameras. But it sounds like you've got them added in. You're just having problems with them both showing up at the same time. And usually that's because one camera is somehow conflicting with the other camera. Or maybe they're on the same USB bus and there's not enough bandwidth or something like that. So that's one of those things where you're going to have to kind of work through it. There is a way around it. If they're both the same exact camera with the hardware IDs, you can actually spoof another hardware ID or change the hardware ID. So if that's the case, do a Google search on hardware ID and find out how you can change it so that you can modify your hardware ID. And there you go. There you go. Well, thank you, Slayer. I do love my mods. They do amazing work. They absolutely do. All right. What you got, babe?
Okay. Curd Note has a question. Wants to know how to add an accurate live subscribe counter to the screen.
Ah, well, folks are gonna hate this. You know, yeah, I know. Nobody likes how I do it, but it's not that tough, really. The easiest way to do it is to just, you know, go to your YouTube page and then go to your profile. Oh, we're going to go to YouTube Studio and we're going to pull this over here. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click the plus and we're going to add a window capture. I know you're not going to like this. I know. It's going to be okay though. And then what I'm going to do, I already captured that window, but just in case, if we go into properties, you just select the one you want. We're going to use the one I already selected. It works. And then we're going to take that window and we're going to do this. Where is it here? Use watch time estimate, blah, blah, blah. Right there. Right there. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. And we're just going to do this. And then, you know, the other thing that you can do is I could go and I could change it to dark mode if I wanted to. If you change it to dark mode, you could actually kind of blank it out. But there we go. There we go. Now we have an accurate count of current subscribers. That is not that's not tied to one of the stupid software solutions out there or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that you can do a live subscriber count using Streamlabs as well. They have a live subscriber count widget or something like that. But this right here, believe it or not, is the easiest way to do it. And if I'm using YouTube dark mode, which I don't remember how to turn it on, but if I was using YouTube dark mode, let me see. General. I don't remember how to turn it on, so I'm not going to figure it out. But if I was using YouTube, then this would be black and the letters would be white, and then I could right click and I could go to blend mode, and I could change it to subtract, or I could change it to screen, and then it would screen out the background, so you would just have current subscribers and the letters there. I just don't know how to put this in dark mode, or I would do that, but hey, you know, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Yep, it will. Now, it can be a little wonky. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let me remove it. All right, so there it is. We'll remove that. So the question someone else asked was, will this refresh when you are using it? And the simple long and short of it is, sort of. So this right here is a screen capture using YouTube dark mode that has the background kind of screened out, right? If I were to leave this go and not use the chat and not bring it up, because I'll show you, it's just capturing this window right over here. It's just capturing this window right here. So that's all I'm doing is capturing that, and then when we go over here, there you go. You see it. Now, if I don't go to that window for a long time, sometimes this will just pause, you know? But all you have to do to get it to come back is just activate the window for a second. It'll come back. So, there you go. There are one more accurate live counter inside YouTube Studio. Yep. Yeah, you know, there's lots of different ways that you can do it. But the point is, just doing a screen capture or something like that will definitely give you exactly what you want. And I do believe that Streamlabs has one as well, if that's the way that you wanted to do it. But Dr. Rob just posted the video that shows you how I did this. And basically, it is the same. Yeah, squeaky chair still in the house. Yeah, you could use a URL. You could do it with a a browser source or something like that. That would work very, very well. Let's get another question. But literally, you could take anything that does a live real-time subscriber count, and you can use that. You could just capture that little box, and you're all set. You could even create your own, theoretically, and just capture the web page for it. Curd Note, you're welcome. Hopefully that helps you out. What you got, babe?
Okay, I have a question from Short Bucky. They say, I use OBS Studio version 28. Is there a plugin to make one source visible on all scenes without adding it to every single one?
There is. There is. I did a video on this, and I know somebody will figure out what I'm talking about in a second and drop the link in the description or drop a link in the chat. But if I go up here and I go to my docs, I'll bring it up. The downstream keyer right here. And you can use the downstream keyer. It will dock, right in there. And what I can do is, let's say, what do I have on scene 2? Let's remove this stuff. We'll remove it. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put a logo in here. So I'm going to go to an image, and let's just add a logo. Boom. There we go. And we're going to transform, reset transform. No, we want to transform and fit it to the screen. And there we go. I hate analytics. And this is actually alpha, believe it or not. So what I'm going to do then is click plus. We're going to add scene 2, which is that. Now I can go up here to scene 3, And you can see I already added this here, so let's remove that. We're going to just delete that. And then what I'm going to do is I could just click on this and boom, there it is. And then all I have to do to make it disappear is click the pause. And I can go to any scene now and add it. Boom, there it is. And click the pause to get rid of it. I can go to this scene right here and click it and boom, there it is. Added to the scene. Now I have the exact same thing set up in my main live stream. So, but the downstream keyer is the one you want to use. Dr. Rob just posted it in there. If I wanted to use it over here on my main live stream, we have the Wheel of Blame. Because you always know whose fault it is when you have a Wheel of Blame. So whose fault is it? Whose fault do you guys think it is? Whose fault is it? We're going to find out right now. There you go. Empress Monica, why did you do it? Why? Why?
What?
I think we have to talk about why you did it.
Why I did what?
I don't know, but it's your fault, obviously.
What did I do?
I don't know, but whatever it was, it's your fault. Let's get another question. Hopefully that helped you out.
Okay.
You know what,
So you
Clem?
ready?
I think we're going to have to get, in our memberships, we're going to have to get some Monica emotes. I think so. They're probably going to have to do an emote with Monica smacking me, you know, or that face she always uses when I talk over her.
Yes. Yeah,
You know.
everybody probably knows that one.
Yep. Oh, Michael's going crazy with the.
I'm done.
All right.
Each one
So
is just a bit
It
more
just
perfect.
fit, right? Just fit.
BRS says you should use more SnapCam.
Use more Snapchat.
That's what she said. But they're talking about that. They're talking about the one that you did, the goth one over Halloween.
From Halloween.
And unfortunately, we don't have
access.
access to that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
We might be able to go into your history and favorite it. I don't know. We'd have to try it. But we're not going to worry about that today.
Yeah,
So.
not quite. Not quite. We have quite a few questions to get through yet. So
We do. All
Um,
right.
yeah.
Well, let's
Okay.
do it.
This one is from Big Bank Jacob.
All right.
And it says, what if I have an AMD encoder? That's all it says.
I don't know. Awesome. Use it. Use it. I don't know. I don't have an AMD encoder to test, but I'm sure that the AMD encoder probably works pretty similar to the NVIDIA encoder. It's just not something that I've ever had. But yeah, I would use it. Obviously, you don't want to use the CPU if you don't have to. So definitely use the AMD encoder. It just doesn't have the green screen features. That green screen stuff was all written by NVIDIA. And it's part of their commitment to live streaming. So the AMD encoder is not going to have the green screen piece in it, unfortunately. Sorry. But the alternative, of course, is the one I showed you, the Prism Live Studio. You can just go in there and use that. Or Dr. Rob just posted a video in there. I think there's a new one which shows you all the different ways that you can remove the green screen in OBS. And there are a couple. There's actually a plugin that you can do it. You don't need NVIDIA, but that plugin can use a lot of CPU clock cycles and cause problems. And then there is also the one that uses Snap Camera, which, you know, you can basically choose a Snap Camera that will remove your background, and there you go. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, those are some of the options. I did a video that showed all of the options, so you can check it out. Let's get another question.
All right. The next question is from Lance Mechanic, and he says, "Is there any graphics packages and or plugins for running a game show in OBS?"
There is actually a sponsored video that I'm working on with a company that is doing really, really cool things. I'm going to use it for a giveaway, but basically you can set up a bunch of different game show type things, and I haven't done the video yet. I'm going to be working on it, but I'm going to be using the product first and putting it into a live stream to give you guys the opportunity for me to see whether it's something I want to do, and for you guys to see whether it is something that you would use. But from what I've seen of it and from how I've seen it used, you can set up like trivia, where you can have a bunch of different questions and the people will answer those questions in the chat, and screens will come up for each trivia question. You can move it along using a web page. And then the beautiful thing is, at the end of the trivia thing, it will actually show you who the winner is and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's really, really fantastic stuff. And there's not just trivia games that it can do. It's a whole bunch of games. And unfortunately, at this moment in time, I do not remember the name. I do not remember the name of the company. But I'm going to be doing a video about it. So there's a company out there for it. Let me see if I can find it in my email real quick. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the company, but it's a video that's going to be coming up real soon. And it's so cool that somebody actually asked me about it. Because when I talk about the kind of research and stuff that I'm doing every day, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking to do. I want to find products and stuff that I know you guys will have fun with and be able to use. Hey, Santa Claus is in the house! What's up, Santa Claus? It is getting close to Santa Claus season. I appreciate you taking a second out of your busy day to come in here and hang out. That is so awesome. Let's get another question.
Okay. All right. Okay, next question is from Captain Kirk Gaming.
Well, hello, Captain Kirk.
Having
nice to
trouble
have you
adding
here.
own 3D plugin into OBS 28. It's not showing up under tools. Plugin is saved in the OBS Studio folder as suggested. And then they do say thanks for all that you do for the community.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Santa Claus just responded. Hold on. Anyone who hits the like button and subscribes now gets a free pass to the nice list. No questions asked. Well, hell, hold on. Let me go leave my thumbs up. Thank you so much, Santa Claus. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Santa.
Yeah, refresh my memory.
On the question?
Yeah, because I'm stupid.
Own 3D plugin into OBS 28. It's not showing up under tools.
Gotcha. Well, let's go take a quick look, because I'm not totally certain that it is integrated yet. So let's look at OBS 28 compatibility list. Because I remember seeing owned on there, but I don't know if it's done yet. Own Pro. So it is available for Windows. It is not available on the Mac stuff yet. But it's possible that you have an older version of the Owned Pro plugin. So maybe update your Own Pro and see if it updates for you. If not, it's a product. You're physically paying for that product. So you can go to them and say, hey, why is this not working? You know, ask them the question on their forums. They will definitely help you to fix it. They will definitely help you to fix it. Let's get another question.
Okay, this question is from Ziggy. It says, my question, I use OBS. I stream on Twitch, but when I go to YouTube, I have to change my settings. Someone mentioned to turn OBS into portable mode and duplicate OBS and make one for YouTube and one for Twitch. But is there an easier way?
Yes, there is. I kind of covered this a little earlier, but what you're going to do is you're going to go into your OBS and you're going to create a profile. Now, profiles are basically snapshots of your settings, all the stuff in your settings. So you're going to go into profile, you'll create a new one, you'll call it YouTube, and then you'll create a new one and you'll call it Twitch, and you're going to go into settings on each one of those profiles and set them up appropriately in settings. And then you're going to go ahead and create new scene collections for and actually you only need to really have one scene collection. If you're going to stream the same scenes and everything to YouTube and Twitch, then you can just use the same scene collection and just change the profile between the locations where you're trying to stream, and it will automatically change. So there you go. You're all set if that's what you're trying to do. You're just changing and having two different profiles will get it done. You can also obviously have lots of different scene collections. So you can have a different stream collection for, you know, YouTube and for Twitch and whatever. And obviously you can see that when you switch, they just have different scenes. So each scene collection has a bunch of different scenes that I've set up and collected over time. So that's how it works. Pretty simple stuff. Let's get another question.
Okay, just as for a time check, it is 8:30 and we have 13 questions left.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do the questions closed for now. And we will definitely open up the questions again near the end of the stream if you if we still have some time. But for now, we're going to close them off. And let's get another one.
Okay, so this next question is from Mr. Singa. And
well, hello,
he says,
Mr. Singa.
I followed your instructions on subscribe alert settings on OBS Studio for YouTube, but I don't receive any alerts. Tried every workaround possible to fix the missing alerts. Can you help with the possible fix? I use Stream Elements for alerts.
Okay, well, we can I can show you a little bit of a walkthrough on how to do it, and maybe we can figure out why it is happening. So we've got our scene right here. We're going to click and go to browser source, obviously. And let's go over here. And we're going to go to our stream elements, and we'll go into our streaming tools and our overlays. And I don't know what overlays what, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't remember. So let's just go into edit and see what we've got here. Oh, we've got nothing here. So let's just add standard alert box widgets. And there we go. So now this is set up. It's going to be right here. And we'll click save. And we'll just grab this. Now, if you don't click save, if you don't save it, you're not going to get any alerts. Okay? So make sure that's not your problem. We're going to grab the URL right here. And then we're going to go in here, and we're already adding a browser source. Bada bing. We'll just paste it right in here. Bada bing. We're going to do 1920 by 1080. And we're going to, if we want the audio in OBS, we've got to put that in there. And then pop, bang, there it is. Now, if I put this here, and then I go ahead and run the alert, and let's just do this. And if I do that and I run the alert, we want to emulate a subscriber event, and guess what? You don't see it. We're not seeing anything. It runs up here, but you're not seeing it. You got to make sure that it's on top. So we'll run it again. We'll do a tip event. Boom. Oh, I forgot. It's going to do it here too. There we go. So I have to do a subscriber event, otherwise my stream will react the same way. But there you go. So make sure that it's all the way at the top of your sources. It's not underneath anything. And then you should find, as long as everything is saved and all that good stuff, you should find that it works exactly how mine just did. Pretty simple. Let's go and we'll go back here. kill that. And we'll get to our activity feed. We're all set. And Slayer subscribed. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's get another question if I can get my brain. There we go. Sometimes there's just too much going on. Hopefully that's helpful. Oh, man. All right, let's do it.
Santa Claus is wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Santa. You and Mrs. Claus also.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Even Dr. Rob, he's a big Slayer fan, so.
Dr. Rob. Happy Thanksgiving to Dr. Rob, too.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, and look.
What? What?
Caleb N is back.
Hey, Caleb N. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, let's get another question.
Okay, next question is from Mr. Kaz. Mr. Kaz says, NDI support isn't in the latest releases of OBS. Video Ninja seems to be its replacement. Do you agree?
I don't know. I'm not using OBS 28, but you have to remember that it's always still a plugin that you have to put in there, right? You still have to put the plugin into OBS before you can use it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go to, well, let's look at the compatibility list again just for fun. Oh, I've already got it up. There we go. OBS NDI right here. So the plugin is available. So you have to go to NDI plugins. And that might be the thing. You might have thought it was like built in before. It's not built in. It was never built in. So you gotta first download and install this plugin. Then you can download and install the NDI stuff, and it will work. But it's never been built in. It is a plugin. It's always been a plugin. Hopefully that will help you. Believe me, I probably would have made the same mistake because I didn't remember that it was actually a plugin that adds the functionality. But that's what it is. You got to have the plugin to add the functionality. Then you can use all of the other install stuff. Let's get another question.
Okay. Michael Bass has the next question. He says, can you simulcast your audio onto a radio service like radio.com or .co? I don't know.
When there's a will, there's a way. So if you have audio, you can, that's the beautiful thing about audio. You can have your audio in as many different applications as you want. So if you are streaming using OBS and you have another application that records audio or sends audio out to podcasts or whatever, you can literally open up that application, add your microphone in there, and bada bing. You can use that the exact same way as OBS, probably run them side by side. Nobody will be any the wiser. So it'd be a lot easier to do that than it would be to multi-stream to different locations if you needed different formats. Like if you had to multi-stream in panoramic or horizontal or vertical. If you had to do a live stream that catered to both portrait and landscape, man, that's like super hard. You'd literally need multiple applications open to do it. That would be difficult. In this case, it's pretty simple because also if you were going to do that, you'd have to have multiple cameras, the whole 9 yards. In this case, you can use the exact same microphone that you use for your live stream to add it into whatever application you would be doing the audio streaming. It should be relatively simple to set up. So hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another question. All right.
Okay,
babe.
next question comes from Night Shift Lou.
Hello, Night Shift Lou.
He says, thank you for all the confidence, education, and energy you give us aspiring streamers.
Cool.
His,
Thank you.
his question is, how can we pin or highlight individual chats on screen, like a super chat on OBS for Mac OS?
Cool. Well, I know how I do it. Let's go over here, man. All right. So basically, what I can do is just select anyone, and we have Dr. Rob quoting the immortal MC Hammer right here on our live stream. And I can just pick that, and then I can clear it, and I can pick this one. I don't know who Hippie Mike is, but I'm sure he's around here somewhere. So to do this, I use an application that is called Chat Ninja, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Rob will post the link to Chat Ninja in there, and I'm not 100% certain that Chat Ninja will work for Mac, but I think it does. I wish I knew for sure, but I don't. But there you go. There you go. So that is how I do it. And I'm not sure how well it does with icons, but look at that. It does. It works with emotes. It's pretty cool. And Dr. Rob posted a link. There you go. Oh, slots and gaming. Scary. I don't use this enough, to be honest. I should use it more because people say insightful things like that right there. Look at that. But you know what? GC Laredo is wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, GC. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let's get another question, dude.
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 Okay.
Dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
Oh, okay, we have another question from Mr. Kaz asking, have you done a deep dive on Video Ninja yet? Lots of functionality available there.
It is. It's pretty cool stuff. I especially like the features that make it pretty easy for you to add guests to your live stream if you would like. But I like my method. It really works for me. It is so simple. It never fails. And it allows me to be able to still hear my guests on scenes like this one right here. Even though you guys can't hear my guests, they can still talk to me. They can tell me if I'm missing something in chat. When I'm doing tutorials, they can still talk to me. So, with something like that, I haven't tested it. I kind of just, when something works for me, I stay with it. That being said, a lot of people that I know do use Video Ninja, and they love it. So I'm certainly not telling you not to use it because it works, and it's supposed to be a really good tool. I probably should put together an add a guest video with Video Ninja. But add a guest videos are kind of like the hardest ones to do because I'm not just taking up my time, I'm taking up somebody else's time as well. Dr. Rob did just post a video in there of a Video Ninja video that I did do. That one is not specifically an add a guest one. I think it's just kind of laying out some of the different things that you can do. But I really should do a Video Ninja video that talks about the add a guest features because it is pretty doggone epic. Let's get another question.
Okay. We have a question here from Dan Gleeballs.
Gleeballs. Nice.
Gleeballs, yes.
That's very happy nuts.
He says, hi, buddy. Always a pleasure. You have helped me so many times, and I always really appreciate your expertise.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You
folks are too kind.
Yeah.
I just poked fun at his name, too. But hey, who doesn't want happy balls? Come on. I'm sure he hasn't heard that 9 billion times. Sorry.
So his question is, I use a program called Net Monitor for employees to sync with my virtual machine to block the input of scammers. And he says it's a lot of fun. There is a button that allows me to block their input. How can I hotkey this using an Elgato Stream Deck? Also, once pressed, it has a "Do you want to do this" option. Would I need a second hotkey to accept this?
Well, you can use a multi-hotkey, and I do see that. I did see. Did I miss it? No, I'm pretty sure I saw Dan in here, so that's awesome. Thank you, Dan. Let's go and I'll show you. So here is the Stream Deck. Here's how it works. You can see I actually have an extra button right here. So what you would probably want to do, obviously you have the keys that you have already set up. So you could just hit the key. If you want to set it up on your Stream Deck, all you have to do is go to the hotkey. But we want a multi-action. We like to get a lot of action around here. So we're going to use multi-action. And then we're going to go to the hotkey, right? And you're just going to assign your hotkey. You could call this first key. And this will be the one where you're going to block, right? And then, you can put a delay in there. 5 seconds, whatever. 1 second. That's what's in there now. And then you're going to go ahead and hotkey it again. And you probably could just hit the enter key to have it just click OK. And then you just put the enter key in there and you're all set. That should be able to take care of using your Stream Deck to hotkey the whole thing. So, plus you get a good multi-action. So, hopefully that helps you. That sounds like a pretty cool program, by the way. I'm sure that I would abuse that like crazy, probably. All right, what you got, babe?
Okay, we actually have a question from Slayer.
Slayer! Yes! Oh. You know what?
What?
Hey, Siri?
Slayer rules.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
hold on.
it rules.
Oh, it did come on.
I figured as much.
Yeah, I bet you did. Hey, Siri, play Slayer, Rain and Blood.
Here's Raining Blood by Slayer on Apple Music.
Oh. Wow, my Siri's playing it.
Oh, copyright.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? As long as yours is playing it too, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, now I'm gonna set things on fire. Fire.
Oh, dear God. Let's get another one, babe.
Okay. All right. So Slayer's question, it says, is it more beneficial to live stream from a second channel? I was mainly a streamer on my main channel, but started creating more content and making more videos, and have seen a few times that live streams hurt the analytics for regular videos because people aren't likely to watch through the whole stream, and so YouTube is less likely to recommend. Is that right, or is it best to just live on the mainstream?
Okay, this is such an awesome question. So I have a little bit of a caveat because YouTube is really trying to fix this problem. And I showed earlier how they're doing it. Let me go over here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I live stream once a week, which, I had a second channel where I would post those live streams after the fact. And let me see if I can get to my actual channel. There we go. All right, so I basically would unlist every live stream that I did immediately because I didn't want them just clogging up this whole page. You know what I mean? And I only do it once a week. Now YouTube has created these knobs up here so I can go to live and see all my live streams. So YouTube has kind of fixed the problem. But I can see how someone who live streams every single day might be a big benefit for you not to live stream on your main channel. And the reason why is because you're right. YouTube does not share live streams the same way that they share YouTube doesn't share live streams in the same way that they're going to share video content. A 6-minute video is much more accessible to the average viewer than a 2-hour live stream. Most people are not looking for 2-hour live streams. Most people don't do 2-hour live streams that are going to answer a question or make it so that somebody's really going to watch through. A live streaming experience, especially when we're talking about games, is something that you experience with your fellow brothers and sisters that are in the chat. That's what makes it fun. They're not terribly replay friendly. And in that case, I think it's perfectly acceptable for you to run your live streams on another channel so that you don't have to be worried about any suggestions that YouTube would do on your main channel being wasted on live stream content, if that makes any sense. In other words, you're trying to hoard as many of those suggested views for your regular recorded content as you possibly can, and you're using the other one for that. And that the thing is that's, in my opinion, probably a better strategy if you're going to live stream like 3 or 4 times a week. If you're only live streaming once a week, I think you could probably get away with it. And that's why I leave my stuff on this channel. But if I was live streaming every single day, I would definitely create another channel just because I want to maximize the number of suggested views and the number of impressions that YouTube is going to give me. And if some of those impressions are being wasted on a live stream that has very little chance of being watched after the fact, it just doesn't make any sense. So hopefully that helps you. That answers your question. I love when we get pertinent live streaming questions that also are related directly to YouTube growth, because there's just so many ways to think about it and so many different things that understanding the algorithm can really help you with. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay, I have a question from Artist Shannon. How do I fix my lights or camera settings so whenever I open a white web page, it just doesn't make my face white as snow?
I don't know. I mean, are you talking about? All right, so I'm kind of thinking that I get what he's talking about. So let's go over here to my main page and see. I don't know how much of an effect this actually has, but let's look. So I've got a white web page up over here. If I minimize that, how much of a difference does that make? Does that make a huge difference, you think? All right, so yeah, there's a little bit of a shadow there. All right, so there's a couple things you can probably do. You could put one of those filters on the monitor to kind of dim it out a little bit, or it shifts the light in such a way that it's not directly on you. I use softbox lighting, just like Slayer just mentioned, which means that the light that's on me isn't quite as harsh as it would be. But even so, I can still see, obviously, that lights up my face. If your camera is having that much problems directly adjusting with just that much light, you're probably going to want to go in and lock your exposure. That's just what you want to do. So you take the exposure that you want your camera to have and lock that up. Now, you can't do that quite as easily on the other thing. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You see how bad the exposure is on that camera right there? There's nothing I can do about it because this camera sucks. So you get what you pay for. Remember, we kind of talked about that earlier. But if I go in here and I go to properties, I can go to configure video, and I can actually go in here and I can pointlessly adjust this stuff. It really doesn't do a whole heck of a lot of good. But I can adjust the exposure, and it's going to auto do it. But yeah, so I can adjust the exposure. I don't generally play around with this too much because it just changes every stinking time. But if you're using OBS 28, it will actually save this out. And once you're using OBS 28, it'll save these settings out so that you don't have to worry about it. And, actually, that doesn't look too terribly bad. But what you got to do is make sure that you, in your configure video, make sure that you uncheck auto. And I should uncheck the focus too, because it keeps auto-focusing, the stupid thing. And if you do that, then it won't adjust every time. And let me see if turning on, I want to pop this over here, and we'll pop up the white screen again. And we'll see how much of a difference that it actually makes here. That's not the one I wanted. This one right here. Boom. And there we go. So let's see how much of a difference that makes. It still makes a difference, but you could see that it's not wiping me out. You know what I mean? It actually does make more of a difference. I never actually noticed it before. But yeah, that's what you got to do. Just go in there and set your exposure so it doesn't go nuts, adjusting it every time you move in and out. And that should solve your problem, I hope. Let's get another question. That's an awesome question, by the way. I've never had that one. Just be aware, if you're not using OBS 28, because from what I understand, they fixed the problem in OBS 28. But all the settings that I just made on this camera that made it look kind of acceptable, the second that I exit out of OBS and come back in, that's all wiped out because I'm still using OBS 27. So let's get another question. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay. This question is from Slots and Gaming.
Well, hello, Slots and Gaming. Nice to see you.
Is there an OBS Studio Mobile for Android device? And then he says, yeah, I know I get on your nerves. Sorry. Love you, team and mods.
Well, all right. Repeat the question.
Is
I was
there
too
an
busy
OBS
being annoyed.
Yeah.
That's a
Is
joke. I'm kidding. Oh.
Is there an OBS Studio Mobile for Android device?
There is not. There is, however, a Prism Studio Mobile, which is awesome. Awesome. So that would be what I would go with. There's also a Streamlabs Mobile, which does some really cool stuff. But I've also had weird connection problems with it. So there's that. I would definitely check out Prism Mobile. And by the way, it's totally free. I did a video on Prism Mobile. Maybe Dr. Rob can drop the link in there. You lost your green? What happened, Phoebe? Oh, man. How are you? I hope you're doing well, Phoebe. What's the next question, beautiful?
My next question. The next question comes from Slayer again. He
Slayer.
says, sorry, one more question. If you use a trailer on a premiere from a video on your channel, does the trailer also get the views from a premiere?
No. Well, it gets the views. I think I did one of these. Let me see if I actually deleted the trailer. I don't remember. This is a really interesting question as well. So let me see if I deleted the trailer. I think I might have. The first or second stream on the Edge, I did. I used the trailer. Nope. There it is. Okay. Let me show you. All right. So right here, this was the trailer that I did for the Stream on the Edge, episode 2. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Stream on the Edge, I do premiere it on Sunday. It's a lot of fun. We'd love to see you. But I did a little promo for it to try that out. Obviously, the video was unlisted. And so what these previews are is when you list a premiere, it's a video that you can create that's going to kind of give people 30 seconds or a minute and tell them what the actual video is going to be about. So I did one. And you can see right here, it gets views. 122 people watched the preview of my premiere. So, yeah, it gets them. But, you know, I always leave it unlisted. You're not going to have your preview listed. It just doesn't make any sense because it's a preview for a video that you're releasing. So then once I release the video, that's what gets all the views. So hopefully that makes sense. I think it does. That was the, yeah. So that's how it worked on my channel. I like the preview feature. I just, generally speaking, don't have a lot of time to put into that because of the sheer volume of content I've been doing lately. All right. Monica, Phoebe says you look good in the pink background. Let's put you on that
Oh.
one. There
Yeah,
we go.
I like the new backgrounds. I like
I'm
them a
glad.
lot. What?
All right. Let's do
Are you good? Are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Okay. Next question comes from GC Laredo. And he says, Happy Thanksgiving to us. And then he says,
Thank
My
you.
question, breast or thigh? Love you guys. Have an amazing weekend.
These nuts.
What kind of question is that?
These
See,
nuts.
when you ask a question like this without any context, you know.
He says, Happy Thanksgiving. That's his question.
These nuts.
I'm applying it to the turkey.
All right.
Monica, why do you keep saying these nuts? I mean, come on.
That makes
Grow
that
up.
makes
That is not coming out of my mouth.
These
yeah.
nuts.
Anyway,
That's what she said.
I like breast meat personally. Where do you fall in that in the breast thigh category?
I like the breast. I like chicken breast and turkey breast. Although I'm pretty much the only person in the family who likes turkey to begin with. So, you know.
Yeah,
big breasts.
I like. I'm kind of a ham guy. What can I say?
What?
I know pigs are filthy animals, but they taste good.
I like bacon.
Yes,
Yeah.
bacon tastes good. You know, it seems like my stuff is not. It's all wonky. Let's adjust.
stuff?
There we go.
Your
There we
sound?
go. No, like my camera was giving me a lot of headroom. It's like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? Fixed it. There we go. Let's get another question before abuses that stupid button anymore.
Okay. Next question is from Too Savage Gaming. Says, I've been streaming fine for a while. I changed my settings per your video and started to have a pixelated stream. I tried to fix it and now OBS is eating 80% CPU. How can I fix it?
All right, so I'm guessing that you may have accidentally selected X264, or you may have selected settings for recording and not streaming. So if you have, I think you might have went awry. So if you're talking about stream settings, if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, make sure that NVIDIA graphics card is selected. If you were using NVIDIA before and you accidentally switched to X264, it will use all the CPU. It will go absolutely ham. See what I did there? No, it'll go crazy and use all kind of CPU. Also, if you notice, I'm streaming at 6,000 kilobits per second. I'm recording at 60,000 kilobits per second. If you set up your stream to 60,000 kilobits per second, yeah, your machine's not going to like that at all. So I'm guessing that you may have accidentally selected X264 instead of your NVIC encoder here. And if that's the case, that might be what it was. And then we got a couple other folks talking about hardware optimization. Possibly some sort of driver update might have messed something up. But if I had to guess, I would guess that possibly you went to X264 by accident instead of selecting the NVIC encoder. And hopefully, because I mean, if it jumps up that much, there's something wrong. There's something wrong in your settings. So hopefully that will help you out. Let's get another question.
Okay. Next is from Brother Louie Gaming, and he has two questions. So the first is, my OBS has issues. It takes long to open the settings. Since this issue appeared, my OBS seems to struggle to work streaming. Images from the games are laggy. Yet if I look at the stream from a browser, the stream seems to work well. Is there a fix to this? I tried uninstalling and reinstalling OBS.
Okay, so I would go through your plugins directory and remove stuff that you don't use. Because to me, this sounds like there's a plugin in there that is not functioning properly or not working properly. There are a couple of plugins that can do this. One of the plugins that's the biggest offender, if it's not working properly, is like the background removal plugin. Stream FX has some effects that will cause this sort of problem. So go through and remove Stream effects on your stuff, especially since if you're using OBS 28 right now, Stream Effects is only in alpha, and some of that stuff just might not be working okay. But there are certain effects that I could put in using Stream Effects right now that I could crash the system like that. So there are certain plugins and certain effects that can cause negative reactions to your OBS. So I would go through and disable effects that you may have added or something like that that could be causing the problem. And I would also go through your OBS plugins directory and remove any OBS plugins that you aren't using anymore. Because especially when you tell me that it's taking a long time for your OBS to open up, that tells me that there's some kind of plugin or there's some kind of effect or something that you're using that's causing that problem. So there you go. Hopefully that will help you to find the problem. Because definitely if OBS is taking a while to open up, there's something causing that. And if I had to guess, you're probably using the background removal plugin or something like that. That tends to cause some weird problems. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another question.
Okay. Brother Louis' second question is there a way to add a chat bubble on screen for YouTube streams? I tried via Stream Elements, but for some reason it doesn't work.
Sure. If you notice right here, I have the chat right here. That chat comes from a very simple source. It is just right here. Let me flip over. And it's right there. That's just screen grabbing that chat. And then on my main screen, we can see it right here. I can also select chat, like BRS, that says Monica is as fuzzy as her sweater. Yep, her video seems to go in and out a little bit sometimes tonight. That happens. But you can do that as well. That would be the ultimate live stream chat tool in OBS for free that Dr. Rob Allen just posted in there. And then if you just want to add chat like this, that would be the live stream with chat in OBS that just works. Because every time you go to add one of the chats from like Stream Elements or from Stream Labs, they just don't work. You just half the time it's like, why is the chat not coming in? Well, you know what? This works. It always works. And if it doesn't work, you know why it doesn't work. It's not just you're relying on some magical third-party chat fairy. So this works. That's why I use that. Let's get another question.
Okay, we have another question from Slayer asking, is it possible to play marbles on stream with viewers on YouTube like it is on Twitch?
Is it possible to play marbles on stream in YouTube? I don't see why not. I don't know what marbles is, but, you know, I can't imagine why you couldn't do it. If you could do it on Twitch, you can do it on YouTube, unless it's some kind of mini game that Twitch provides.
Right.
Which, that's a possibility. Let me know in the chat, is marbles some kind of mini game that Twitch provides? What's the next question, beautiful?
Well, we are out of questions. So,
What do you mean we're out of questions?
I'm gonna have to say it again. We are out of questions. There are no
I
more
don't
questions
understand.
for this evening.
How can we be out of questions? I thought the number of questions was practically infinite. And now you're trying to tell me that we ran out of questions from an infinite question stream. I don't
Yes.
understand it. Who did
Nobody
it?
ever said the questions were infinite. Nobody.
Nobody.
Maybe-
Who is this nobody person? I never even heard of this nobody guy, and now he's taking away all our questions. Oh, no.
You know what? He probably shut the form down too.
Why did nobody shut the form, Mr. Nobody? Oh.
Thank you so much, Slayer, for the super chat. Oh, it's got a little fox with a bow tie. I like that. That's pretty cool. It's nice to have you here, my friend. I really do appreciate it. This is definitely the first time I remember seeing you in the stream, and it is good to have you here. We do this every Wednesday. We have fun. We answer live streaming questions. We poke around. We throw temper tantrums at the end. And as soon as we flip over, we are going to find out. We are going to find out who shut the form down. Whose fault was it? I don't know. Oh, Marbles is integrated with Twitch chat. So you would have to find another chat program that offers marbles. I'm sure there's another chat program out there that offers marbles, and then you can just integrate it by using, you know, CloudBot or something like that. There's something out there. I'm sure there is. Thank you so much, Slayer. I really do appreciate it. You are too kind. It's awesome. I have such an amazing audience.
But I don't know who shut the form down. Do you just want to confess right now, Monica? Was it you that shut the form down?
I don't think so. No, I'm not going to confess anything.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, let's find. All right, we're gonna find out right now.
Who closed the form down?
Who shut the form down? Who was it? Who was
closed
it?
the form down? Who closed the form down?
Who shut the form down?
I know somebody here shut the form down.
Shut the form down.
Santa Claus!
Santa Claus?
Oh,
Santa Claus shut the form down! Oh my gosh! Well, you know what? Santa Claus did give us good boy status because
Yes, he did.
all we had to do was leave a thumbs up. So
Yes, he did. We still love
well, that
you,
was very
Santa.
nice of him. We do. We love you, Santa. Maybe you shouldn't have shut the form down, but
Don't!
It happens to everyone at some point or another.
Thank you, Fiveable, for the membership. I really do appreciate it. It is so good to have you. I don't know if it's actually gonna flip us over there. It might. It might not. Oh, time off with Lee. Hey, we still love the big guy. He makes our one day a year all that much better. It was Monica. I bet $5 on it. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna get
sorry,
flipped
that
for
looks
that.
like a losing bet tonight. But...
Oh no. Well, thank you, Nick. Maybe we should find out if it was really Monica. With the Wheel of Blame. Here we go. Was it Monica? See, his $5 paid off. It was Empress Monica that shut the form down. And here we blamed Santa Claus all along. I hope we don't get sued for that. Oh, Nick, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Who closed the form down?
Oh no. No, we can't. It can't go again. Well, it's
Who closed the
trying to go
form
again.
down?
Oh, there we go.
What's
We
happening?
fixed it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a fun night, honey.
It has been. It's been a good night. It's been a great night. So to all our U.S. friends and family, thank you for being here. Have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow, a happy Thanksgiving weekend with your friends and family. Enjoy Black Friday shopping if that's what you do. I personally do not go out on Black Friday. I prefer to not fight the crowds. So I will not be out, but if you guys do have a great time, stay safe. We will be back here Eastern Standard Time 7 p.m. next Wednesday. You guys come on back, bring your questions. We will be here. You will be here. It's going to be a great time. We will see you then. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
All right, and I want to say thank you so much to all of my amazing moderators. You guys are always doing all kinds of heavy lifting in the background. Dr. Rob Allen and Tech Examine and the Logician, when we get them to show up. We got Siberian Foxclaw helping out as well. You guys are amazing. There is just no way we could possibly do this stream without the amazing moderators. You guys are the frickin' best. I love you. Also, if you're getting together with family tomorrow, make the best of it. Have some fun. Eat some turkey. Drink a couple of beers. It's gonna be a good time. For those of you who don't get to see your family tomorrow, well, you know what? Call them on the phone. Call them on the phone. Stay in touch. We only get one of these lives, and you're only gonna get one day. So you never know when that one day is the last day. You may as well make the best of every single one. Make the world a better place too by doing something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel good. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you right back here next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. It's going to be awesome. Take care. Today's video is sponsored by Envato Placeit. Placeit is a marketplace for all kinds of assets that can help you with your YouTube channel. Things like art and live streaming and video assets. You can create amazing face cams and live streaming overlays really easily. There are hundreds of templates, and each face cam and overlay can be modified with different designs, colors, text, and text fonts. The process is super easy, and you can even incorporate your own logo, or if you're like me, your own Placeit design logo, and you can put it right in your design. This gives you an infinite number of overlays and face cam possibilities for your live streams. And they're so easy to create, you can use a different one every time you live stream if you wanted to. So please, click the link in the description and check out Envato Placeit for yourself. If you have the means, supporting the sponsors that support the channel is a great way to help me keep making awesome content that helps you. So thanks.